Hey, Yugioh. I guess I could try that again. Hello and welcome back to episode 9 of Back to Yu-Gi-Oh! This week I originally didn't plan to make a video because I had other obligations, but instead of not making a video, I'm gonna make this one a special one because this week I'm going to Vienna to attend a friend's birthday party. But there's also a big card store in Vienna, and I checked online if they actually had card tournaments, and they do have a tournament on Sunday, so I will be heading there on Sunday and checking out that tournament and playing there and getting some footage from there. So let's see how this goes. In game 1 I played against Infernoid, and this was actually one of my favorite games of this weekend, and sadly, since it was game 1 we had some technical difficulties and the camera turned off after 5 minutes, so I didn't have enough gameplay footage to feature it, but I just want to say it was a great game and it was really fun to play against. In round 1 not a lot happened. I put down an OTK and he had no outs, and I didn't actually know what I was playing against, so I did not know what to side in. In round 2 he put down all of his cards. He had so many spell cards that he used. He has like 3 monsters in his deck and everything else is spells. And after round 2, which he won, I knew what to side in against it, but it was a question if I would get it. And I put in Imperial Order and Twin Twisters, and I actually had Imperial Order on my starting hand in the 3rd round. I set it, and when it got to his turn I immediately activated it in the standby phase, and he just kept drawing spells over and over. I actually almost paid myself to death, but I had monsters enough to make more damage than I took from Imperial Order. But it was really fun, and I hope to play against this again soon, because I want to see more of it. In game 2, in the 1st round, once again I put down an OTK, and I once again did not know what the deck was that my opponent was playing, so again I didn't have any side deck cards to put in because I didn't know what to put in. In round 2 I realized it was Shadow, and because I featured 2 Shadow games recently it didn't make it into the final cut, but he locked me down for the next 2 rounds completely. I had no outs, even though it was pretty level for most of the game, but the further the game progressed, the harder it was for me to do anything, so in the end he just locked me down completely and won the game. So we move on to round 3. Alright, so we made it to game 3 so far. We are standing at 1-1. Everything is pretty open still. And the third game was against Gravekeeper. In round 1, again, pretty fast. I put down a full board and killed him pretty quickly, which seems to be like the common theme for my deck. If I have a good hand and start out quickly, I can kill them pretty fast. But the longer the game goes, the harder it becomes for me to win, because I have no negates or anything for all the things that the enemy can throw at me. Anyway, in round 2, he locked me down completely. I couldn't go into my graveyard and therefore I couldn't get my monsters back. So Gravekeeper is pretty much a hard counter against Scrap, it seems. And in round 3 I actually got my side deck cards and I could have won if I didn't misplay pretty hard, because I had a set Twin Twister, and when he started playing his cards he used his field spell card and then his set one, and instead of activating my Twin Twisters on that, I waited longer because I wanted to destroy another card that he played. But at that point, when he played the next card, he already had a monster on the field, which negated me targeting any Gravekeeper cards, so I couldn't destroy them anymore, and I couldn't go into my graveyard anymore, and at that point I was completely locked out, and so he won that game, and that's how we lost the third game. Now on to game 4 and 5, which are full coverage, so I hope you enjoy this footage. In game 3 he wins the dice roll, so he goes first, plays Pot of Duality and gets Cursed Eldland on his hand, which he then plays. He pays 800 life points, but then I negate the searching with Ash Blossom. He sets 2 cards and passes to me. I start by playing Scrap Recycler, to which he answers his own Ash Blossom. Since I can't use Recycler's effect, I use Foolish Burial and get Scrap Searcher in the graveyard. I then special summon Scrap Orthos and destroy Scrap Recycler, which triggers Searcher in the graveyard. From here I link into Wyvern, special summon Orthos, destroy it, get Searcher back on the field, and then special summon Golem from the deck, which gets me back my Orthos on the field and destroys one of his cards. The destroyed card was Necroworld Banshee, so he gets a Zombie World on the field. I use Golem's effect, get Orthos back on the field, and then synchro into Scrap Twin Dragon. I go to battle phase, attack him, but he activates Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, which gets him an Eldritch the Golden Lord on the field, so I attack that and then attack with my Wyvern directly. He activates Elixir in the graveyard and gets Huakir of the Golden Land on the field. Then he pays another 800 life points and activates Cursed Eldland to search for Eldritch the Golden Lord. He discards in one other card to send my Twin Dragon to the graveyard, but I chain Scrapstorm to actually destroy it. Put a Goblin in the grave and draw a card. Searcher's effect is also triggered, so it's special summoned as well. He then special summons Eldritch from his graveyard, uses his Cursed Eldland in the graveyard to search for another Huakiro, and then attacks my Wyvern for 1800 damage. He activates his Huakiro in the graveyard, but I negate it with Ash Blossom, so he passes to me. I start with Scrap Recycler, but he negates it with another Ash Blossom, though at this point it doesn't really matter. I go into Scrap Wyvern and use its effect. I then special summon Scrap Twin Dragon from the grave, use Wyvern's effect to destroy Zombie World. He activates his Huakiro to banish my Scrap Searcher, but I use Scrap Twin Dragon's effect to bounce both of his cards back to his hand. Then I go to battle phase and attack him directly for 4700 damage, and that's enough to win round 1.
Round 2. Fight!
In game 2, he makes me go first. I start by playing a Scrap Factory. I don't really have a good hand, so I just set one and pass back to him. He activates Elixir of Black Awakening, but I have another Ash Blossom, so I negate it. He then just sets 2 cards and passes back to me. I summon Mecha-Phantombeast O-Lion, to which he chains Summon Limit. I get 2 more summons, so this way I go into Scrap Wyvern and then attack him with Wyvern directly, and then I pass turn. He uses the graveyard effect of Elixir of the Black Awakening, gets a Conquistador on the field, then sets 1 monster card and passes back to me. I use Wyvern's effect, get Searcher and destroy it, search for Scrap Golem and special summon it, destroy a Spectral card, then use Factory's effect to summon Scrap Beast and then tribute summon Beast for another Golem. I use Golem's effect to get Beast back on the field, then synchro into my first Scrap Twin Dragon. I repeat the step with the second Golem and get the second Twin Dragon. I bounce all of his cards back to his hand, and then I attack him directly for over 8000 damage to win the game. in-game 2 he wins rock, paper, scissors and makes me go first, so I start out by playing Scrap Factory and then I reveal Tsuchinoko and make him discard one card. He discards Scrap Factory so it gets summons and I draw one. I then normal summon Kriston Rosenix and link into Scrap Wyvern. I can't use Wyvern's effect because I have no scrap monsters in the grave, so I play Scrap Storm, destroy it, and that way Factory's effect gets triggered, so I get a Scrap Beast into grave and a Scrap Golem on the field. Golem summons Scrap Beast from the grave, then I synchro both of them into Scrap Twin Dragon, and after that I pass turn. On his turn, his first move is to tribute summon Gamesiel, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, for my Scrap Twin Dragon, so Twin Dragon is sadly gone. He sets one card, then normal summons Mech-Knight Blue Sky and searches for Mech-Knight Purple Nightfall. After that he normal summons Alistair and searches for Invocation. After that he links both of his monsters into Alistair Invoker of Madness, then special summons Purple Nightfall. In his next step he uses Invocation, removes 2 of his cards and special summons Invoked Mechaba. Invocation's effect gets him Alistair back in the hand, which he uses to boost his monster for 1000 attack, then he plays Invocation again and special summons Invoked Magellanica. After that he attacks me for over 8000 and this is game.
Round 2. Fight!
I actually have a really good hand in round 2, so I start with Scrap Factory and then play Scrap Recycle, to which he plays Infinite Impermanence and denies it. I special summon Scrap Orthos, which destroys Scrap Recycle and triggers Factory. Factory searches my deck for Scrap Golem and special summons it. I try using Golem's effect, but he uses DD Crow, my target, so I just link my 2 monsters into Scrap Wyvern, and then special summon Orthos, destroy it through Wyvern, and then get 2 Golems through Factory and Wyvern on the field. I have to destroy my back row because of Wyvern, then use my first Golem's effect to get Orthos back and go into Scrap Twin Dragon and do the same with the other Golem. I finally set 1 card in the back row and then pass to him. He starts out with Alistair the Invoker and gets Invocation to his hand. After that he plays Cosmic Cyclone, pays 1000 life points and destroys my back row card. Then he special summons Mech-Knight Blue Sky and searches for 2 monsters from his deck, Indigo and Purple. After that he links his Alistair into Almirage, then links both of his monsters into Mech-Knight of the Morning Star. Next he special summons Indigo and uses its effect to switch zones. Now that the zone is open again he special summons Purple, then he plays Invocation, removes 2 cards from his grave and special summons Invoked Purgatrio. Invocation in the graveyard gets him back his Alistair to his hand. He discards it to boost Purgatrio's attack by 1000, then he uses another Invocation and summons Invoked Mechaba. Purgatrio gets to attack all my monsters through its effect, so it destroys all my monsters, and after that he attacks me directly for enough damage to win the game. And that's the games for this week. I actually am very happy that I made it to Vienna and to the store and play a game at a different location. I want to say a big thank you to SpielRaum Wien, who allowed me to film at their location, and all the people who allowed me to film the games with them. It was a ton of fun and I really appreciate that I got the opportunity. So if you want to check them out, there's a link down in the description, or just look on their social media, SpielRaum Wien. I will put it somewhere on screen here. I also met a lot of people at the store. Obviously there were I think 60 people in the tournament, which is a huge tournament compared to our store here, and a lot of those people also play classic formats, so they all had a great usage for the old cards that I have in my folder, and a lot of them had trading cards that I needed, so I got a couple of new cards that I will incorporate in my deck. 4 cards that I will probably never use again, or if I ever need them again, acquire them otherwise. But I'm really happy that I got to meet those people and also got to trade some cards. Now for the gameplay, I am medium happy with how I did. I think I still made some mistakes, especially the misplay in round 3 where I could have won the game. But overall I feel like I'm slowly improving, and I'm also getting faster because none of the games I played this weekend went over the full time period, which is really nice. Next week is episode 10, we will go back to our regular store, but if you have any suggestions what I could do for episode 10, tell me in the comments down below. That's it for this week. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and follow the channel. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. It's a free world, do whatever you want. Also, if you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to get a notification whenever I put out new videos. New Yu-Gi-Oh videos will be out every Monday or Tuesday depending on how fast I am with editing it. That's it for this week, and until next time, have a nice day!